So as you've been learning about astral projection, you might be wondering, why the hell is it so difficult? Why is it so challenging to actually go from having never done it before to actually astral projecting for the first time? Why is that so hard? Well, and if you've learned how to lucid dream, you'll realise that that's probably a lot easier than astral projection, and you'll be correct. It is far easier to lucid dream than it is to astral project. And why is that? Well, you've got to consider what you're doing. So when you're lucid dreaming, or when you're dreaming in general, what you're doing is basically you're experiencing something in your mind, which happens anyway. It happens all the time anyway. When you astral project, what you're doing is you're physically separating your astral body from your physical body. Now that, even just describing that to you now, that sounds like it takes a lot of energy, and it does, because it's a difficult thing to do, or at least, okay, and I want to just back this up what I'm going to say now, it used to be a lot easier. We used to be able to do that very easily. Astral projection was not difficult for us at all. In fact, it was a natural thing that people used to do. You know, shamans and wise men and all kinds of people throughout history have been doing that for a long time. It used to be incredibly easy. However, over the years, over the thousands of years, hundreds of thousands of years and so on, we've become trained to either not believe in it, not believe it's real, or because we've just not practiced it, we've become so bad at doing it that we're just unable to do it now. It's just very difficult for us to learn it again. Now, that being said, it's not impossible. There are some things you can do that will massively, and I mean massively, speed up the learning process for you. The biggest way I can think of is I actually wrote an astral projection guidebook, which is linked in the description. The things I share in there will massively speed up your process and probably shave off years of your practice time. You can do this a lot faster and sooner. But the reason that it's so difficult is because we just haven't been practicing it for many years. Most of us, and especially if you're new to astral projection, if you're a beginner, the chances are you've only just heard about it. Maybe you watched a video or something like that and you hadn't heard about it before, but now you want to do it. Now you want to have this experience and you think it's cool, right? And it is. It's really incredible and mind-blowing. However, because you've not done it before in your lifetime, most of you, it's a new skill that takes time to learn. And more than any other skill, this is not just a skill. This is not just like riding a bike or, you know, learning how to play the guitar. This is a skill that goes beyond this dimension. So you can kind of understand how and why it's so difficult to learn. Now, that being said, there are some things you can do that will stack the odds in your favour and make it so much more likely that you will actually astral project. And I'll go into these things in detail in my ebook, which is linked in the description, but beyond that, just focus on raising your vibration. The higher your vibration, the more likely you are to do this. So the way you can do that is by meditating for about an hour a day, eating ideally a plant-based diet with lots of water, fresh fruit and vegetables, vitamins, nutrients, sleeping for 8 hours, at least 8 hours, okay, high quality sleep. And you can track it as well. I use something like this, like an Apple Watch, to track the quality of the sleep as well as the duration. And focus on limiting or completely removing negative and damaging vibes or ideas from your experience of life. Now, my day, I wake up with no alarm, okay, I wake up when the sun rises, peacefully. I will go about the day, I'll set my goals, I will maybe check some emails, go and work on a passion project, make videos like this, write articles and things like that. There is no stress or negative energy in my day at all. And you might be thinking, oh, well, that's great for you, but you know, for me, I'm in the real world here, I have to have some level of stress. No, you don't. It's a choice. You are choosing every day to check the news, to read and consume fear-based media stories from the news in various formats, you know, on social media, on telly, on the radio. That's all a choice. You can just not listen to those things. You know that the media, the mainstream media, is pretty much only sharing and producing negative content that is meant to make you feel fear. And you can prove this for yourself. Turn on any TV station, listen to it for 10 minutes. You will hear a negative story. You will hear something designed or written to make you scared. So it's a choice. Listening to those things is completely your choice. And I choose not to consume those things. And then you might be thinking, oh yeah, well, okay, that's easy for you to say, but you know, my friend's always complaining. They're always moaning about something and they're telling me about this negative stuff, or they're criticizing me or something like that. And no, it's not. It's your choice. You are choosing to be friends with them and to have that as a connection in your life. You don't need to. You don't have to do that. If somebody is constantly being negative and bringing you down, it's completely your choice to have them in your life and to decide to spend your time with or on them. So that's some things you can do to make it more likely to actually stack the odds in your favour to make astral projection easier.